Hello together. I just want to introduce our new plugin, SafeFonts, and I will show you in a second how to use this and how you can make enhancements to your local font storage. First of all, I'm just in my backend and go over to, for example, plugins and add a new plugin. Afterwards, I just search for SafeFonts. This is how you normally install a new WordPress plugin. Just search for it, press install now, and afterwards activate. And once you've activated, we have a new item in the menu bar. And this is the SafeFonts menu, where you have some information for your currently used fonts in your site. And you have some options from here to go to upload fonts, manage fonts, and first of all, let's go to settings. The settings are just as you expected from a font plugin, that you can select which font type you want to use. And best recommendation is to use WP2, which is best for performance and compression. We will leave it as is and hit the save button. One short warning, we have a data management option here too. Delete all plugin data when uninstalling. This is no issue. If you just use the free version, you can activate this option. Of course you can. But if you are using, for example, the pro version of our plugin, then it might come handy to deactivate this setting, because the pro and the free version are both using the same folder structure and they share the same fonts. Great. Let's upload a new font, and to get new fonts we have a specific app for you. This is web font downloader SafeFonts.com, and I've already prepared some stuff here. Anyway, if you just want to use this downloader, you will have access to all about 1,800 fonts which are available through Google Fonts. And once Google adds a new font to the library, you will have this page as well updated. It's just connected by API, and so we can just fetch all new given fonts in Google. And you can either scroll the list like I'm doing that on the left side. Make sure you just refresh the fonts, or just to deactivate any inputs in the search field. So you have the option to scroll a lot through all those fonts. As said, there are around 1,800 fonts available, and maybe you just want to select a specific font like rock salt, for example, which gives you some better typing, and which makes it just clear how the plugin is working. And you have a preview here. We have already included later, which we want to use for our headings, and inter, which is used in that example for the body text. And you can just again search for something else. Let's use, for example, a serif font, quattrocento, for example, regular and bold. And yes, this is also included in the preview here. So we can just scroll the list and get a nice preview of how the font will look on your website. Let's scroll down a bit more. Now you have all your lists with all that font weights here. This 400 is regular, and you can select to include WP2 files. As said, this is better for compression and performance, but you can also include the normal WP files. And as well, you are not limited to use the downloaded fonts just in WordPress. You can using our SafeFonts plugin, but if you try to use, or if you intend to use these fonts on any other framework like Bootstrap or something, you will have a folder with minified CSS. You can select the preset, the subsets for Latin, English language, or Latin extended for any other European language, for example, with some accents, French, for example, or German. and all that stuff. And as well, all other available options like Cyrillic, Arabic are available here too, with an option to enable or disable them, to activate or deactivate these options to make your downloaded size less big. We have some more performance options here, like swap, which is recommended, but other options are here as well. I leave it as swap, and I can just generate preload tags. If I deactivate this, then let's activate it again. I can just select my preloaded fonts. As said, later will be used for headings and into for the body fonts. So the rest can be unchecked. I just download the font package and you have a success message, download started, and then we can just go back to our site. You need to extract in the SafeFonts free version, you need to extract the folder first. In the Pro version, you have an option to upload the whole downloaded zip in bulk. But for the free version, we just need to select every single font and font weight. And let me prepare the upload folder. I just enter my family name. In that case, I just want to start with rock salt. Select the font weight, font style, italic, normal, select the file. And now I have the folder prepared. Like rock salt, for example, I just want to upload this font and upload the font. And I go further with enter and type the name. I just using the font weight. Let's say something more like medium, for example. Select the font and I'm going into 500. Select and upload. I do that again, enter, because all those files are stored into a family folder. I'm just selecting the 400 font weight, select the file and choose the right format here. Now it's 400 and I'm just uploading that again. And then I can just select my preview here, which is given some nice previews of the font weight and as well if it's normal, the file size and so on and so forth. And you can imagine if something is not really working for you, it might be that we have a cache issue here. Once this happens, just refresh the page and you're good to go and should see a preview of your files. Once you have reset your cache, now you see we have rock salt absolutely previewed correctly here in that site. And now let me show you how to use this uploaded fonts, and we just leave it as is with currently enter and rock salt, because I want to show you what is happening in the backend. And I'm heading over to pages. All pages, and we have just an example page. Now we click on edit this page, and this is our preview. And I go over here to, for example, the font. It's selecting rock salt, it's already in here. And I hit save. And again, normally you should see something like a nice preview of the site, but sometimes it's just plain. And it's just, normally it's just a cache issue. But if I head over to the font page, then we have already this nice selected font rock salt. And we can even change back to something else. And again, I'm just here in the enter. For example, I hit save and refresh this page. Now we have this nicely selected font enter, for example. And as well, just to show you again in SafeFonts, I click again on uploads and I'm just selecting another font, select a file. And in that case, I want Lito 900, for example. Yeah, this is as well possible for headings. And I just click on 900 black, upload that font. We need to give it a font family name. Lito upload font. check fonts, and we have it in here as well. Now it's 22 kilobytes. I'm then going back to my page, all pages, and I edit this page. And now I want to have another heading, for example. And I'm just, this is my Plato heading, for example. I'm just selecting the whole line and going back to font typography, font, and now say Lato. And you see, we have just added this. Yeah, it's working in the Gutenberg editor. When I hit enter and save, I'm making our preview of this is my Lato heading. And this looks completely different than any other heading that we have in here. I give it a new one. I'll make it a heading as well H2, title in H2, normal font, default font which is used. And I'm just updating, and you see both are H2, but you can just select any given font in your Gutenberg editor. Well, going back to the plugin, we have some more infos here. Help and documentation is built in, how to get started, uploading, how to use the fonts, and as well managing, and especially some more information about which font type we have supported, which you can use. WAV2, for example, or TTF2 type fonts, widely compatible, but for compression and modern browser support, I just recommend to use WAV2. If you like this video, more will come. Just don't forget to hit the subscribe button and to like this video to help us grow. And I'm happy to see you in the next video. See you soon.